Well, joining us now, Michael Heinlein is a husband, dad, and editor of our Sunday Visitor. He joins us to talk about the Teeny Tiny series. Thanks so much for being with us, Michael.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Well, first off, from what I understand, we need a congratulations going out to you on the new arrival in your family.
Thank you. Yes, we had our third child born in May, John Francis, and he's doing very well. He's beloved by his two older siblings as well, which is a blessing.
That's great. Well, as Bonnie and I were talking, back to school season upon us now, and we begin thinking about introducing the faith to our youngest children. Tell us how the Teeny Tiny series can help families do this.
Yeah, that's really kind of the main impetus that was in my mind when I came up with the Teeny Tiny Theology series, is how can we start getting our youngest believers to have some sort of an understanding of the basics of what we believe and giving them a little bit of a lexicon. I had taught high school theology for several years, and I noticed among some of the students that some of these things didn't just fall off their tongue like I would hope they would. And I thought, even then, before I had children of my own, how can we get into their minds at a really young age? So anyway, after I had a couple kids of my own, I decided that I would try to look for some books that might help them, and I couldn't find many that were kind of geared what I wanted to do, so I decided to write them myself, and I was fortunate enough that our Sunday Visitor was happy to publish them. So I present these books in kind of a theological topics. So we have Christology and sacred scripture and the Trinity and salvation history. So they're meant to be kind of attractive in that heady way, but then they're very simple and basic when you get into the text of the book. They're children's board books, and so they're meant to be approachable to children under 6, maybe even a little older than 6, honestly.
Mm. The bundle is great, and the topics, so important, and in many ways, I'm sure they're educating the parents at the same time. What's been the reaction so far to the series?
Yes, I've heard that's been a very positive aspect of the book, and I'm glad about that because it was in my mind when I wrote them too, is that I hope that these can be kind of a tool of the new evangelization and help educate parents and whoever else might be reading these books to youngsters, just to get their mind wrapped around some of these basic theological concepts in simple ways that aren't complex and confusing.
And of course, parents are the primary educators of our children's faith, but effective, engaging resources like this are great support. Can a series like this kind of jumpstart a toddlerless formation in the faith?
I hope so. I hope that these can be little books that kids can carry with them wherever they go. They can certainly bring them to Mass, bring them in the car, bring them into quiet time or nap time or whatever. They have great art that are very visually appealing to youngsters, and my children love them. And I hope that other families will too, and then use these as jump starters for further conversation. That we put some terms in there, not overburdening them with terms, but we put some in there, but mostly focus on the basic concepts. And so hopefully it will be a place for families to begin conversations about the faith.
Yeah, that's so critical because people can sometimes feel awkward about, initiating a conversation. Along with the Teeny Tiny series, there are many books and resources from our Sunday Visitor that we've just always been appreciative of. How can people learn about them and maybe get the bundle for their family members?
Yeah, OSV has been around for over 100 years, and we have a lot of resources for parishes and schools, catechetical resources, but also news resources and beyond. One of the recent publications of our Sunday Visitor is called OSV Kids, which is a monthly children's magazine that helps teach about the faith. I've been happy to be a little bit involved with that, and that's been received very, very well, and I hope that it will continue to grow.
Great. Thanks so much, Michael. I've always enjoyed using the OSV materials in the classrooms that I've been involved with. So thank you so much for your contributions there. And give our best to Gretchen and the family. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.